And Madam Chair, I was letting everyone know at 2:45, I have a doctor's appointment, so I'll have to go mobile around 2.
Oh, you'll be there before time.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Thank you very much. So good afternoon, everyone. And again, I shall apologize. As we move forward here, I am going to really rely on everyone to be as respectful as we can be. We spent a lot of time yesterday on trying to get some answers to some things. I think you're in a better position of understanding where we are. The sponsor of Board Bill 1, President Reed, is with us today. I am going to allow him to move forward after we do the appropriate protocols. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Boyd. Alderman Vaccaro.
Present.
Alderwoman Howard.
Present.
Alderwoman Spencer.
Present.
Alderwoman Boyd.
Present.
Alderman Muhammad.
Here.
Alderman Oldenburg. Alderwoman Navarro.
Present.
Alderwoman Middlebrook.
Present.
Alderwoman Evans. Chairwoman Davis.
Present.
President Reed.
Here.
9 present, you have quorum.
Thank you. I like, who was that? All right. I'd like to,
Present.
Thank you, sir. 10 present, you have quorum.
thank you. I'd like to accept a motion to approve our minutes from June 22nd or 23rd.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved in second. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Aye.
Alderman Vaccaro.
Aye.
Alderwoman Howard.
Aye.
You can mute that nice music. Thank you. Go right
Alderwoman,
ahead.
Alderwoman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderman Muhammad.
Aye.
Alderman Oldenburg. Alderwoman Navarro.
Aye.
Alderwoman Middlebrook.
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans. Chairwoman Davis.
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye.
Alderwoman Spencer.
Aye.
Alderman Oldenburg. Alderwoman Evans. 10 aye votes.
All right, thank you. We have approved it.
Chairwoman, you muted.
I'm sorry, I got muted. Here I am. Okay, so the next item on our agenda is for us to review with the leadership of President Reed, Board Bill number 1. Go right ahead, sir, and you lead us in your understanding and direction for today.
All right, thanks. First, thanks to each and every one of you for giving me time during this meeting. I know it's been a busy day of meetings. I'm looking at some of you, you've been through 2 or 3 meetings already today, still have more left. So I'm not going to belabor the points that were the budget director covered yesterday. I really appreciate the budget directors working to find a way to plug the gap in the upcoming year that was unanticipated. But, you know, I'm just so thankful to this committee for asking the right questions at the right time so that we actually could find out that we were dealing with a budget with a $5.7 million hole in it. Otherwise, we would have never known that. So I'm just so appreciative of you all for finding that out. So essentially what the budget director covered yesterday was that in the upcoming year, the New Year's budget, with funds that will be in reserve funds from account 1116, we will be able to cover that gap that is left in the budget. We still technically have an unbalanced budget. The Board of Aldermen, we're not allowed under state law to vote into law an unbalanced budget. So my recommendations today is that we voted out of committee with a do not pass recommendation. What that will do is that it will put it on the informal calendar of the Board of Aldermen. You know, next week is our last meeting. Well, wait a minute, actually.
No, we got 2 more.
I mean, before the end of the month. So that budget will go into effect. We can still take up an appropriations bill to address any items that you all had on the table in terms of additions and deletions and things of that nature. Nothing prevents us from bringing another bill right away to address any additional items that you wanted to address within that budget. This gets us past this unusual time where we've had a revenue stream deleted from the budget midterm while the budget was being discussed. It gives us some flexibility in terms of being able to repair any items or add anything or any additions and deletions that we want to bring in a separate appropriations bill that we can introduce at any time. We can introduce it right away. We can wait and get more information, introduce it or whatever. It also helps to keep the Board of Aldermen whole, because we know of one hole that's in the budget. I'm not sure that there isn't some other hole that may be in that budget, revenue streams that were just summarily dismissed. So that's what I think we should do. Again, we voted out with a do not pass recommendation. It's obvious why that would be the case for this year's budget. And it will, be put on the next full Board of Aldermen's meetings on the informal calendar. And then we'll, on the July 1, it will become law, at which time the budget director will do the pieces that he needs to do to assure that that $5.7 million is covered immediately. And then the board, we will decide, this committee can decide if you all would like to introduce an appropriations bill to adjust any additions and deletions, any other changes that you wanted in the budget. So we can do that then at that time.
Okay. Mr. President, are you making a motion?
Yeah, I move that we pass Board Bill 1 out of committee with a do not pass recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Boyd,
Aye.
Alderman Vaquero,
Aye.
Alderwoman Howard,
Aye.
Alderwoman Spencer, Alderwoman Spencer,
She's saying aye, but you can't. Oh.
I was hoping we were gonna have a little bit of discussion on this, and I didn't have an opportunity. I didn't jump in to just to have some discussion. So barring that, I'm going to vote present. I'm not opposed to this. I'm going to vote present today. Thank you.
Alderwoman Boyd,
Aye.
Alderman Muhammad,
Aye.
Alderman Oldenburg, Alderwoman Navarro,
Aye.
Alderwoman Middlebrook,
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans, Chairwoman Davis,
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye.
9 aye votes and 1 voted present.
Thank you very much. So let me first of all apologize to Alderwoman Spencer. Maybe you missed when we started yesterday, and it was intentional to allow us as a committee to ask all the questions, to listen to each other, and to listen to the director without any influence from the sponsor, because I thought that was critical so that we could be prepared today for whatever that suggestion would have came from him. And I needed to know a lot of things, and that's why I allowed all other aldermen to ask questions as well. And we were not challenged in any kind of way yesterday. We had the opportunity to have as much understanding as we desired. And so I'm sorry that you misunderstood what that purpose was of yesterday and not having him present.
Madam Chair, I really appreciate that. And I agree, we had a lot of discussion yesterday, and I appreciate the ability for me to ask as many questions as I did, and to hear the questions from the other members of the committee and other members of the board. And we really did go into depth. The motion in particular to excuse the bill out of committee with a do not pass recommendation is just an unusual motion. One I was just in particular was thinking we may have some discussion on that particular motion. I'm okay with not having it. I'm in no means forcing that issue or that discussion. It just was caught a little bit by surprise in the quickness of that vote. But I have no problem with it, and stand by my present vote, and recognize that it's going to move in that way. And I appreciate your allowing me to speak just now.
All right, thank you.
And
Mr. Someone, who was
yeah,
that?
yeah, I just want to thank each and every one of you for all the work that you've done on Ways, Means, and also reassure you that all that work doesn't have to be for nothing. We can and probably should introduce an appropriations bill to take up the issues that you all found within the bill, within Board Bill 1. That'll give us opportunity for a fresh start and put us in a position where we're past this gray area of having a bill that we're unsure about the revenue streams that are in it, and if all those revenue streams are still there, right? So that part will be passed, and we would just be looking at the issues that you all want to look at within the upcoming year's budget through a separate appropriations bill, right? And that would have in it all your additions and deletions and any changes that you may want to see within the budget. And then those items would be discussed separately from any other thing within the budget at all. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the meetings that you guys went through. And let's look at the next steps with an appropriations bill that take up any other changes you may have wanted to see in the budget.
Okay, I thank you very much. And there are a couple of board bills committee that may or may not be heard next week. And so what I'll do is I'll make sure that I get all that cleaned up so that you'll get a notice tomorrow on whether or not we'll have a committee meeting next week. I'll take a motion to adjourn, please. If there's no,
So moved. Second.
Thank you very much. And prayerfully, you all to get an extra hour or so back in your life today.
Thank you.
All righty. But I'm
All right,
on to another
thank you all.
meeting.
All right,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.